Okay, everybody, I just have to share this because I just came to the realization um, of how to properly invest, quote unquote, in Bitcoin. So we're looking at Bitcoin versus US dollar, candlestick view on 3-day candlestick. And it looks relatively easy to read, yeah, but not necessarily. Um, if you're not familiar with the Heiken Ashi overview, Heiken-Ashi overview basically takes the average of the high and the low of the actual candlesticks and then puts a it displays it by average. So the rule of thumb on how to use the Heiken-Ashi overlay is in whenever there's a trend, it will be solid, such as this as a trend, uptrend, downtrend. Okay, uptrend, downtrend. And so the rules, as I understand them to be, is you stay in the position in addition to buy more, as long as it remains green. And until you have two opposing candles, that is when you would sell. Uh, and if you follow that rule in this case, in Bitcoin versus US dollar, looks like it would have been pretty true, because I mean, you would have bought in here, bought in here, bought in here, bought in here. So you would have stayed in there, even though it dipped, and then you would have rode it all the way up to here, and then of course, cash out there. So now at today's date, February 19th, 2018, we have the classic, spinny top when you're looking when you're using the Heiken-Ashi overlay, and then a small but full-bodied candle with big wick on top, um, meaning that there's a lot of buyers, a lot of influx of buying, but still didn't. Well, they won a day. Anyways, I'm rambling. So followed by two strong bodied, there's no candles, there's no wick on the bottom of these. That means this was the opening price, and it pushed up to that, and then dropped back down to here and closed at the 3 days, after 3 days. Same with this 3-day period. Strong start, uh, and a small recession in price, closing on the day. So if you're investing, well, and not to mention, before I move on, you see the volumes down here have completely switched. So throughout the 2017, if you notice, the volume is about, probably, I'd say, what, 85-15, maybe even 90-10, up until January, which is right here. Here's January. So which January was pretty much 100% red, and then of course it has reversed back. Again, you must remember. Yeah, I know you probably, everyone probably sees this like, what the hell is that? So in Kraken's situation, majority of their currencies that you can trade have a large influx of volume on a range of April 8th through the 23rd, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's within the month of April. Pretty much every chart that you look at on Kraken will have a huge influx of positive volume on every currency they have. The significance of that, you can have your own opinion. I have my opinion. I think it's more like just give it an initial push, or maybe what it was the actual purchase of the currency to be able to to list on the exchange. Anyways, whatever you want to give it cause to, it doesn't matter. Another thing I learned over trading all last year, and what the year before, and all of last year, is Bitcoin stays pretty damn true to the Bollinger Band rule. Um, it'll ride the top Bollinger Band. Once it jumps through it, she'll ricochet back down, and then it'll ricochet off the halfway, the middle of the band, and normally go back north again until it breaks through, and then it'll ricochet back. This one obviously was a major dip, but again stayed within the Bollinger Band. So actually, it's probably only fair to put it in a candlestick view. Okay. Even with a candlestick view, guys, it's not that hard to read Bitcoin base. I mean, if you look at the candles, and I mean, just study uh, Japanese candlestick trading and behavioral trading, and don't let your emotions get the best of you. So, I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, of course, hindsight is 2020. So, I mean, I'll put myself out there. Watch, here's my trades. Put all my trades out there. Let's see if it'll let me. Maybe not while I'm recording. Probably better that way. Anyways, my point is this: there's obviously been a reverse in trend. Supposedly, okay. So if you draw it off the high point, well, that would be here. Get off there. See, okay. So this is not real because that's when Kraken went offline. So we can't consider that to be true. So like a Fibonacci retracement type deal is going to be that. So it is 1, 2, it topped off 2, maybe just barely 3 right there, and then has strongly broken through the trend downtrend line, confirming a trend reversal. And also with the Heikin-Ashi overview, that further confirms a trend reversal. So the only thing I see that could possibly go wrong is if this halfway Bollinger Band affects it and knocks it back down, but which would put it back down here, which would cause for a fourth crossing. I don't believe that's the case. I'm pretty much convinced that it is on its way north, and you can buy in anytime now, and whenever you have the opportunity, you buy in again. But basically what I'm doing is I'm just going down hour. So it's a 4-hour, it stays true. 2-hour, it stays true. 1 hour at 2 confirmation is a reversal in trend. So that would be true. 30 minutes is going north. 15 minute, it's still going north because that 1 is a drop, but it has to have 2 to signify a reversal. 15, and again, whenever you take your placement on whatever time frame you take your placement or your trade on, you might want to stay on that timetable, because if I took a trade now, I would probably take a sell. I'd probably put a short on this, and with the expectation that it's going to drop like it does. Oh, and there you go. On cue, it dropped in price. So, anyways, that's yeah, that's it. That's funny. I almost want to keep the recording so you can see that it's gonna drop. But again, if you stay on a 1-minute timetable, so that means it'll probably. I mean, I'm assuming it'll probably drop for the next 2 or 3 minutes, hit off this middle Bollinger Band, and bounce back north. Because you see the volumes, the larger amounts of volume and steady, like when it's grouped like that, like that's a strong indicator to me that we're headed north. Plus the size of the incremental ones in between, and the small amounts of the negative volume. So yeah, I would say I'd say we're good. I'd say we're northbound. So happy vesting. Let's do this. Let's make some money.